Perry Pencil.
Hello, this is Perry Pencil, and you guessed it, this is Killmonger, and this request was made by Aaron. Thanks so much, Aaron, for requesting Killmonger. So we're going to jump on in. Now we're going to start by putting a half, or dividing your page in half. And you want to sketch in an oval shape and another oval underneath the neck. Immediately after that, we're going to measure from right to left using index and thumb. Draw a line straight across. Measure the head to the chest. This is going to be a bust. And you're going to put a circle for the right and left shoulder. Now I'm going to zoom in, and for the head, we're going to go ahead and put the eye lines in, nose, and in the mouth. We're going to start with Killmonger's eyebrows. Do the right then left, and then start the bridge of the nose. Then we're going to sketch his eyes in. For the eyes, I usually simplify the shape by using the oval shapes, and then I put the eyelashes in. Immediately after that, put the retinas in. And keep in mind, for those that are following this video, this is not a portrait video, rather it's learning how to draw Killmonger, not how to do a self-portrait or a portrait of someone. So with the nose, the Killmonger character, or the person that plays him, Michael B. Jordan, has a peculiar nose. It's a W shape with a V shape in the middle. Then on both sides of the nose, he has a wide bridge. Adding a little bit of shadow there. For the upper lip, I usually put in a simple M shape. For Michael B. Jordan, or Killmonger, his top lip is slightly thinner than his bottom lip. So for the bottom lip, you want to make it slightly thicker. Now, once I got those features in, I'm going to go ahead on and move to the outside of his face. For this, I switched over to a number 2 pencil to get the contour shape of his face done. Put the jawline in. And a simple half circle will do for the top of his head. He does have a lot of hair. I'm going to start with his mustache. For the mustache, you can just simply do some hatching. Hatching is just a bunch of lines repetitiously drawn in. And clean off the edge a little bit. Do the same thing for the right. Now, put his chin in. And these are simple lines for the reflections of his face. It's just simple lines. For his beard, or the bottom of his face, the hair that's on his chin, I'm using the side of my pencil. This technique is a fading technique. It's not using the tip, because the tip, it usually makes it a little too dark. So I'm using the side of the pencil to fade the chin hair in. And then using the temple line to put his hairline in. And notice I didn't go all the way up, because of course he has dreads at the top of his hair. It's a hairstyle that is a fade on the side of his head, and at the top he has dreads that kind of come over the top and like a forelock and off to the side. For his ears, you just simply put a half circle in, and then for the earlobe, let it be near the bottom of his nose, and then the top of his ears, his eyebrows. Now overall, we're going to go ahead and put a hairline in here, because he does have a hairline that you can visibly see. And for Killmonger's hairstyle, I suggest pretty much sketching it out with the side of your pencil. Notice I'm using the side of my pencil to kind of get the curly look. And it's really roughed out. There's no defining it at this point. Usually this technique is like an abstract technique. It's just forming it out first, but not defining it until you're satisfied with what it looks like. And then I went back and I used the tip of the pencil by going ahead and defining the lines that I want. In this case, the dreads that's on his hair, I individualized them and then put one just over his forehead. Now I'm going to fade it in. Of course, he has a fade on the side of his head, so for the fade, use the side of your pencil and leave the bottom portion light. And then with the individual dreads that's in his hair, you can use the side of your pencil and then use the point of it to get darker. And you just pretty much filling in the space, the negative space. And once you fill it in, you can go ahead and start making the decisions of the individual dreads that he has on the top of his head. Now, I'm going to put his neck in. And just underneath the chin, he doesn't have an extremely thick neck. This is a more realistic approach. So I'm going to zoom out here so we can get the rest of his attire, what he's wearing. His anatomy is covered. Of course, he's wearing an outfit. So let's begin that. So for the neck, he has a few rings that goes around. He has a zip up, kind of like a motorcycle jacket feel. And then he has what he's wearing is almost like book bag holsters and a chest plate. So if you notice, I'm measuring from right to left and using my pencil to get the width. And these simple shapes that I'm putting in now for the shoulders, shoulder straps, are simple rectangular shapes, rectangle. And then for the breastplate, it just goes in on an angle like an M shape, both on the right and left side. And then in the center of it, there's two locks that go together, so it separates the front part of the breastplate. And then of course there's individual lines that distinguishes the breastplate from other characters that have breastplates. So you could follow as I'm doing this and then put lines in. And please feel free at any time to pause the video if you need to take a look at some details and then go ahead and move forward. You can do that at any time. You don't need to hesitate to pause it to catch up or to see something particularly that I've done that you didn't catch. Now again, these are all geometric shapes, or shapes that are like the octagon shape that's in the center of his chest that separates the breastplate from right to left. And then there's clamps that kind of click together in the center. You see me sketching them now as I'm doing it. And then there's a little bit of a leather feel to it, so I'm gonna put some flexion folds in there because the breastplate is against it. So I want to give the illusion or the appearance that he has something over top of another piece of material. Now I'll add a little bit of detail to the shoulder straps on both the right and left side. And I'm measuring this out using my middle and index finger. And then in the middle there's a zip line that, of course, the zipper that you want to put on the character that goes up and down. Continue that underneath the breastplate. Now we're just simply putting in his shoulders at this point. Now for his shoulder pads, I like his shoulder pads because they're very simple. Again, another rectangular shape on the right and left side. And usually, you know, for a drawing, do the best you can to make them as even as possible. Always learn as you're drawing to feel comfortable with things are uneven, because in actual reality, things don't always match up left to right perfectly. But you can try and do the best you can. As an artist, I usually go ahead and do the best I can. So having said that, you can go ahead and put those shoulder pads in. They have 4 slots on both sides, and I'm adding wrinkle lines at this point. This is one of the outfits he was wearing in the very beginning of the film. And you know, just when it comes to the wrinkle lines, just keep it simplistic or simple, and then you know it won't be as complicated or difficult to get it done, especially when using simple lines. And these are straps that's going underneath the rib cage part of the breastplate. And then at this point, once you get all the details you want, or what I've decided to do with this drawing overall, is I'm gonna go in and add, of course he has a necklace he's wearing the signature ring that showed that he was Wakandan, and just going overall and checking things out and cleaning it up, and just add some detail here. If you notice, I'm lightening some things up and getting rid of the lines that I don't want, and I usually do this at the end of every video. It just gives a cleaner and more professional look to your drawing. Once everything's cleaned up, of course, you can go back, and then I'm going to add a little bit of shading for this particular drawing, because there's more of a realistic touch or tone to this illustration. So I'm double checking with my mechanical pencil. And another technique you can use is drawing with your eraser when you need to get really small or corners that you can't reach with the kneaded eraser. Adding some shadow here, side of his nose. And at this point, you're double and triple checking for detail or things that I might have missed. I know at this point, if I missed anything at the beginning of this tutorial, I usually go back and add those details that I really want, that I missed on the first time around. So if you notice, I'm taking my time and going back and defining things that I really want to stand out and make it a little bit more visible, is the word that I'm looking for. And I didn't want to go too crazy with the shadows, because sometimes the features get lost when you add too much shadow, and it covers up the features of the character that you're drawing. And there's lines or to make it look like straps, almost like a book bag straps that's on his shoulders. Again, darkening and flexion folds from the shoulder to the bottom or underneath the breastplate, and just pretty much at this point redefining everything and making it look sharper to get it ready for the inking process. That's really what this is about, so that if you're following somebody else's work or you're doing your own work, it just pretty much helps for you to follow and use your pen to go over what's already there, but it's not hard for you. You don't have to guess where the details of each line is or make it up. And finally, I'm going to use the side of my number 2 pencil to add some shadow. If you notice, I'm using the shadow side, or rather I'm using the side of my pencil to add volume of light and shadow. And this technique I'll repeat throughout and all over the outfit, and lightly do it, but not go too dark. And it gives it a softer tone. And now I'm using my finger to fade or blend everything in. Alright, that completes this drawing. Here at Perry Pencil, there's no good or bad comments, so please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Did you like this Killmonger drawing? Would you like to see more, or you have other characters that you suggest for Perry Pencil? Feel free to do so. Take care. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by pressing this round button at the bottom. Also, click on one of the 2 top videos at the top. Please like this video, tell a friend, and share it on Facebook. Thank you. Perry Pencil.